the camera's there. It's
Um,
weird, right? It should be up here in the middle, but instead it's on the end there. What's eating you while you're eating? Basically, we're gonna have food, and we're gonna talk about what's bugging us.
No.
What we're eating,
Mhm.
and maybe having a beverage as well.
What is this beverage? Hard cider. It's peach.
Hard cider.
It's local.
Pennsylvania apples,
Pennsylvania.
but also you should always have your water. So.
We are eating salsa,
Yeah, chips.
tortilla chips. So what's eating you?
You just finished chewing.
Mm-hmm.
I think what's eating me is the amount of negativity that I'm surrounded by on a daily basis
Mm.
that I feel that people can do something about that they don't.
Right. But do they know they can do something about it?
I think so. I think people. I think that's the part that gets me. And this is myself included. I think I always like to say that I realize that I'm not perfect. I realize that I have a lot of potential and the world is my oyster or whatever you want to call it. And maybe that's not a vegan phrase. I don't even know what is and what isn't anymore. But the truth of the matter is that we have a lot of power and control that we don't realize that we have.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that a lot of people know what they need to do. They know what they want to do and they just don't do it. And that blows my mind, especially when people are extremely unhappy. They've been unhappy for a long period of time and or they're sick.
Why do you think that is, though? Why do you... Because I can say for myself that, maybe you call it your gut feeling, you call it your intuition. It's basically, to me, what it comes down to is it's that little voice in your head that is like the right and the wrong. And the right voice is telling you, look, you can do this. You should do this. You want to do this. This will make me happy.
Mm-hmm.
I think it comes down to, like...
Fear.
Bad habits, laziness.
Mainly fear, I would say.
Well, self-preservation, right? That ties into all of that.
And laziness.
As well.
And
Laziness.
Fear and laziness, I think, are the top.
Laziness is a form of self-preservation for survival. I mean, if you wanna get like really down to the nitty-gritty.
Yeah, but I think it's just become a habit now. It's not even like I want to preserve my energy because I have to go run a marathon or run from a tiger. It's literally the difference between...
I'm just saying that this is what the brain is doing, and we don't realize it on a conscious level that our brain is doing this. And not just that, but we don't really think deeper into our own thoughts either.
Yeah, but I think to an extent that can be bullshit too.
What do you mean?
I personally think, because you're saying preservation, so like right now, if you say that is a thing, right? Preservation is a thing. Our body wants to expand.
I need footage.
I'm easily distracted though. We were talking about what? Preservation?
Mm-hmm. Bad habits, fear,
Oh, my bad. Now I know what I was talking about.
laziness.
But by you saying that that's part of our DNA, right? People will go out. Well, just wait. You said what you said. Listen.
Okay.
People will go out and watch us be like, oh, that's it. I get it now. It's a part of my body my mind wants to conserve energy. That's why I can't make dinner tonight. Let me order the pizza. Let me order
continue
Chinese
to
food.
use
You
that
get what I'm
as an
saying?
excuse. I
Now,
guess.
yes, do we want to conserve energy on a normal day basis? But that's why the rich stay rich and the poor stay poor, right? That's why you have fit people that stay fit because they've made it part of their identity, and then the lazy people make excuses.
Mm-hmm.
So, do I agree with you? Yes, because our brain hasn't changed very much. But the thing is when it comes to your children, your life, your future, your legacy, or whatever the case, at least 90% of the time, is it worth it? You know what I mean? Because there's going to be a 10% where maybe you really don't feel like it. Maybe you really got something on your mind. And I think that happens on a normative basis. We're human, and I'm sure not everyone is go, go, go all the time unless you're Gary Vee. That's a whole different story, unless you're probably Tony Robbins, right? But being...
Well, they've mastered this over how many years?
And they're buku rich at this point, so... But that's the thing, is your identity, right? Like, who do you want to be? What do you want to become? And do those practices day in and day out. At least try your hardest, right?
Right.
And I'm not saying I'm the best and most perfect example, but what I'm saying is that I recognize this now, and I just don't understand why people don't want that for themselves.
But now, do you think that recognizing and educating yourself on human psychology and the human brain has helped you move past a lot of your negatives? And a lot of your setbacks, like the things
because
you tell yourself that hold you back.
Yes, because the thing that I didn't know that I know now is that I actually can do it. I can actually change my mind. I'm not fixed to this person I thought. And the thing is I've never felt that way though. I've always kind of felt that there was something more, which is why I've always taken little chances and done different things. And you know what I mean. The whole point is that if you aren't happy, let's say you aren't happy for, I don't know, 4 years, 3 years, or whatever, do I really need to wait an additional 3 more years until I do something about it? Or am I at a point in my life where I recognize that this currently isn't working, this situation, whether it's my bad eating habits, whether I'm drinking too much,
a bad relationship,
a shitty relationship, like
a family member that's not good for you,
your environment, all that stuff. Now,
job,
like change it? You can change it, right?
Yeah.
I think one thing I've gotten much better at is that if I need to change, if I'm not necessarily 100% satisfied or I really feel it's not working out, I change it. And I'm getting faster at that, which is nice. But I coming back to from Hong Kong, right, and coming back to the U.S., which was fantastic. I missed my family so much. It's been amazing to get caught up with everyone. I didn't always have a lot of friends. I'm very selective of my friends. So it wasn't like I had a whole lot like of friends to come back to, but it was nice to see family again. And I recognize that a lot of them are still in the very same predicaments that they were when we left.
When we left 3 years
and
ago.
when they were when I was a kid, and all this situation. So for me, it's what like that's what's eating me. What do you want? Like how can you make yourself happier? How could you be a better influence on your family and your friends or whatever? I don't know.
Careful with
I'm
the shaking. Yeah,
I'm sorry. See what happens? This is exactly what's eating me. Day in, day out, I recognize.
Oh, by the way. Yeah. I mean these.
Oh no, our shirts.
Yeah. These are coming soon to an online store near you.
And if you want, you can just hit us up.
Yeah, if you want an early pre-order, pre-launch, we can hook you guys up. So let us know.
What's eating you?
I think you hit the nail on the head, honestly. Coming back,
it's hard. It's hard when you change and you're a little different and you recognize new things. Like before we left Hong Kong, we were meat eaters and
we were
seeking jobs and
we would gossip. We would talk about things that didn't really matter and focus more on people and things like that. And now it's like we come back and the majority of the people in our lives, not everyone, because there are some people that I left that I absolutely love and that were very positive people that I still reach out to and they know who they are. I don't think I really have to say it, but there are some situations that just haven't changed, and we genuinely care about these people and we genuinely want to help them, but they're not ready to change yet, and that takes a big toll on us in our lives and where we're at now. So I think that's definitely something that's really been on my mind, is that we've got numerous, and I mean numerous, sick family members, serious illnesses that have the same habits, have the same mindset, negative mindset, and just refuse to change, and reject change, and are almost, I hate to say it, but almost offended by change, positive change.
If you could tell them, friends, family, people in general, we're struggling with that, right? Like, I know I need to do it, but I'm tired at the end of the day. I know I need to do it, but finances. Well, like, I just have bad habits, and I know that. Like, what would you tell them? Like, what would be the thing that you'd be like, hey, like, do this one thing because it's going to start to change your life? Or what was that for you, at least?
Positive self-talk. Telling myself, not telling myself that I was stupid or that I was dumb for making a mistake. Telling myself that I love myself and that I am not perfect, and imperfection is okay as long as I work towards not continuing to make the same mistakes. I think that's probably just being more aware of my thoughts and my feelings and my interactions with people. Although I'm not perfect and I'm still learning, because I kind of sort of see it as a habit. A positive habit versus negative habits. And the more you do something and the more you're conscious and aware of it, the more it becomes natural, the more it becomes subconscious. And I've just noticed a big difference in my own mindset and my own frustrations, my own anxieties, things like that. Although I'm not going to sit here and say I'm perfect, but I know, looking back, that I have come a long way. And I definitely know my first step was positive self-talk and the way I speak to myself in my own head. And sort of, I think a good example of this, and I can't remember who said it, but matching your inside with your outside. And there are so many people that walk around and they put a smile on their face, but while they're smiling, they don't feel happy. They're not,
I just did a post on this, so you have to read it. I haven't showed you yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I believe that aligning your inside with your outside is very important. And being kind to yourself. And I don't mean in the way of like, I'm perfect, everyone should listen to me, everyone should take my advice type of deal, but just,
I've lived like you, I've experienced some of your experiences, and this is what I've done to make changes, and this is what I found to work. And there are a million ways that it works, but hey, this is what worked for me. Maybe it'll work for you. That's what
I think a lot of people, and I'm not using this term loosely, but I'm very strong in using this term, but float around, because I feel like a lot of people just float around without actually being conscious. There's sort of this mentality that I notice in a lot of people, do what I say, not as I do, sort of mentality. Yeah, and I see that a lot with parents. And
it's huge in the coaching space, just so everybody
It
knows.
is huge in the coaching space. Do as I say, not as I do. And to me, that's not aligning with your inside with your outside.
I like that. I think that's important. That's a good place to start. Positive self-talk.
Yeah.
I think if I had to choose a place to start, for me, a big game changer was when you left. It was around the time when we first got to Hong Kong and you left for Christmas and I stayed behind.
I remember.
And I recognized...
That's when you came across Inside Quest and Tom Bilyeu.
And like crazy, I started consuming that and Tony Robbins, and I just got on this huge kick. So for me, I would say a really good place to start is to just immerse yourself in the world of people that are trying to, that are trying to give you trying to have self-growth. They're trying to be better than they are. They're trying to make an impact in some sort of way. There's so much out there, right?
I think it's important to surround yourself with the people and the situations and the opportunities and the environment that you want.
Exactly. That's it. I don't want to struggle as a trainer. I don't want to be broke. I don't want to be miserable, depressed, or anxious about shit. And that requires me to not have a surrounding of other people that are like that. Not to be stuck in my own head. There was a time where I never really exited my room. I didn't go out. I didn't do very much. I was stuck in my negative voices. And so I realized that, well, that was something I changed eventually. But jumping into I realized I wanted to change, right? So earlier I was saying that, and that started with me just immersing myself in this world of people doing bigger things, people doing things that I wanted to do. I personally, for the first time in my life, am okay saying that I want to be a mindset coach. I want to be a positive impact for people, a positive influence for people. Not that I think I'm 100% there yet, and I think that's the thing. If you always think that you're gonna get to a point where you're like here and that's it, then you've done something wrong, right? They always say that the people that I listen to, that if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. So
you want to always be learning, and
it's it growth, but you've got to take action on it, right? So it's one thing to consume, it's another thing to take action. So I think that that's a perfect place to kind of end this conversation. If you were to take away two things that we talked about today, first and foremost, positive self-talk. We can't stress enough how important it is to tell yourself positive things, because I guarantee if you start listening to the things that you tell yourself, you realize that it's not as positive, it's pretty negative, and it's a habit. And immerse yourself in a world of other things, of other possibilities, of other potential futures or mindsets, because you're going to find that you're going to be mind blown of what is actually possible. And I think that once I realized that
you can blow your own mind.
It changed, and
it's insane.
The things that are on my feeds now, the people that I listen to and talk to now, they're all people that are in that world now, and so I'm slowly immersed in that. Although I don't have that personally, I have that online. So also don't think that you need it right next to you. You could also have that at your fingertips. So as always, we are looking to expand and to do more. So if there's anything that you would like to learn more about, obviously I know recipes are a big thing with people, but I personally am addicted and absolutely passionate about the fact that we can change ourselves and change our mindset and do more. So that's the stuff that we want to teach, but we realize that there are other factors that come into place, like what you do every day, the things you put in your body, and so on. So whatever you want to learn more about in terms of plant-based mindset and all that, like, let us know and we will create more content on that. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe and see you guys soon.